to waste not. You can see the pan is already sizzling. What I did was heat the pan up, put a little water in there, and some fresh cut onions. So these can get soft. This is my way of sauteing and cutting out a little bit of the oil or butter or whatever it is that you may usually use to saute. And we're going to take some fresh vegetables and mix it to this. And we're going to make like a simple medley. Alright? So I have this can of stewed tomatoes, no salt added. I mean, that was really a fluke because I buy it with the salt, without the salt. 14-ounce can. So once the tomatoes get all good and translucent, go ahead and add my whole can of stewed tomatoes. And I don't like to waste anything, so I have leftover water still in my teapot. Rinse the can out, get all that goodness out of the can and into the pan. So mix that up a little bit. Ooh, splashing it out of the pan. And this is really simple. So we already have our onions and our tomatoes. Remember those fresh bell peppers on sale for $4, frozen? Grab myself a handful. Really, I just go by eye. There's no real measurements. I'm looking, thinking maybe I want a few more bell peppers. Yeah, I could post a recipe on this, but most of you, if you just like to cook, for real, you probably don't even use a recipe. You look at a picture and go, okay, I could do that. You might look at the list of ingredients and go, oh, yeah, I need to go to the store and get some oregano, because, you know, some things you're just not going to see in a picture. And then I have the frozen okra and put in. Now, before I even put this okra in, I know places that serve it just like that. Tomatoes, onions, and bell pepper. But we're going to make it a little Creole and add some okra. I think that's enough. A few of them in here are sticking together, but it's like frozen together. Stir it up a little bit. So now I'm going a step further. I'm adding zucchini. Some people do zucchini, some don't. Some do tomato and zucchini only. Kind of like a ratatouille type thing. That's good. That's fine. Perfect thing to make with frozen zucchini is a ratatouille. Get all this out. Making sure it's just full of vegetable goodness. We don't eat enough fresh food these days. And I'm sorry, Mickey D's is not really helping out. Though, I mean, I understand why you're there. Their burger is cheaper than buying a head of lettuce. So, I feel you on that. But in the long run, it's not going to be worth the medical bills. So, I got all that in there. It's going. I put the lid on it. So to season it up, you can do it a couple different ways. You can add some oregano, some salt and pepper, and call it a day. Some of us love to use that pre-mixed deal of seasoned salt. Put your seasoning salt in there, your Xanarans, your Tony Chachere's, your Laurie's, whatever brand you like to just put in there and season it up real quick. If you add a little chili powder, and you let it sit the next day, it will be amazing like a chili, and you can put some shredded cheese on top and actually eat it with some chips. And mind you, and it's great when you add the lentils to it, which I'm going to do after this cooks down a little bit. I'm going to add the lentils. You put the lentils in, and you're going to be adding a lot of protein to this. You're getting pretty much just about every vitamin and mineral you need in this pan. All right, and this is only taking a couple minutes. You guys are seeing I'm doing it right here in front of your face. Right here. For me, I'm going to serve this on a bed of yellow rice. I'm actually out of brown rice because I cooked brown rice yesterday. To serve it on a bed of brown rice. And guys, let me tell you a trick when it comes to the brown rice while this is cooking is if you add a little more water and actually kind of overcook it, which is something you generally don't want to do with rice, but if you do it with brown rice, it makes it a little lighter. So you don't feel like, oh, this is grainy and I don't like this and healthy food is bad. Brown rice is great when you add a little extra water and you go ahead and cook it. And then to top it off, when you top it with something like this, let me show you. Something like this, I don't want to tilt it too much. You got all your colors going on in there. I'm telling you, it is something amazing. So yeah, really I'm just kind of waiting on the zucchini to defrost a little more. I could have dumped the lentils right in. So like I said, this is a 1-2 punch kind of deal. So you could actually serve it like this one day on top of rice. And then the very next, open up your lentils. All right, I think I'm going to use a spoon and scoop them out. Open up your lentils. Add some protein to it. First, I was thinking I was going to use this whole thing. But I think I'm going to save some of these lentils for the lentil patties. But maybe 3 scoops. And I know some people, before they freeze things like lentils or beans, they like to pour out as much liquid as possible. I just kind of prefer to keep it in. I don't know. It's up to you. I think 4 is enough. 4 scoops. So like I said, eyeball it. It's about how much of what you like is in there. So, I mean, I like lentils a lot. I could have put the whole thing. I just chose not to. So season this up the way you like. Just sprinkle, people. You don't have to pull out measuring spoons and, oh, let me put a teaspoon of oregano and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. That's a lot of black pepper, really. And 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. It doesn't take all that. Just like when you're at the dinner table and you reach for the salt shaker or the pepper shaker and you just shake, shake, shake and you eyeball it, you can do the same with this. Shake, shake, shake. Look at it. Oh, it looks good. You know, maybe take a little taste test of it and see how it goes. Just be careful when it comes to something like cayenne pepper. You don't want to just be shake, shake, shake. If you know that's hot, use your common sense. Chili powder on the other end. I do like to just shake, shake, shake. I like it a lot, but if you're somebody who's sensitive to eating hot foods, then you may not want to use chili powder at all, or may want to use a little bit, because the longer your food sits, like let's say you eat the leftovers the next day, it's going to be hotter because you put the chili powder in there. So just be aware of those things. Let's see if I can tilt this and not spill it so you guys can see what that looks like. And I'll show what it looks like all plated later on. You can serve this with grilled chicken on the side, some grilled fish, or pretty much accompanies anything, and it's filling and it's healthy. And what, you guys, this was less than 10 minutes. I mean, yeah, I diced up an onion, you know, big whoop, that took about a minute. So less than 10 minutes with some frozen dills, and it's cooking on the stove. And really, I just need to heat this all the way through. I am going to add a little salt and a little pepper, a few seasonings here and there. You guys have got the rice cooking in the other pot. I need to turn that off. But, yeah, it doesn't take that long. You can get yourself some 10-minute rice if you want. I think they make 10-minute brown rice. So there's no reason not to be healthy, fit, and fabulous